Hi guys, Mr. Jaeger here, and welcome to the second day of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. We're not actually on Microtech today. We're almost on Microtech. We're on Port Tresla, because I thought it would be a really cool idea to transition from Consolidated Outland into Aegis Dynamics. And what good way of doing that? By flying the new, and now in my garage, CO Consolidated Outland Nomad, the new challenger to the throne of the Aegis Avenger Titan. Now, the reason why I'm making such a hoo-ha out of this is because the prices of the Avenger Titan and the Consolidated Outland Nomad is remarkably similar. There's like perks and cons, which I am absolutely excited about to see. And we're just going to open this up from the side. Looking very nice. I forgot to change the skin. Whoops. But I did in fact purchase the skin of like basically the black and red skin for the Nomad. So if I do another video, oops, if I do a if I do another episode where I take the Nomad out, then I will naturally, of course, locate that sort of thing. So anywho, so let us, without further ado, let us take off with this beautiful vessel, and I will see you guys, for the sake of speed and clarity. Let's just take off. And let us make our way to the Expo. Okay, so this is the Nomad. And it is an absolutely beautiful, like, everything up until the rear part of the ship, it is beautiful. Obviously, the comparison to the Elite Dangerous ship is gonna be made because, well, look at it. It's fairly similar to the Elite Dangerous ship, but it does have its own kind of unique flair to it. It's sort of, let's quickly jump over to Microtech. Excusez-moi, would you like to get to... Oh, for God's sake. Fucking map! Yeah, I'm clear. Oh, for God's sake. Why is it, Star Citizen, you like to work when you want to, not when I want you to? But anyway, so, yes, Consolidated Outland, a fantastic ship company, which now finally has a reason to be in the limelight, and I'm kind of glad that the ship that they went to make for their third, well, technically their second ship, because the Mustang series is not really one that I would say is... multiple types. It's just literally the one chassis. So we'll talk about ships in terms of chassis. So for Consolidated Outland's second playable ship to be one that is much cheaper to work with and well, I think I quote cheaper, more expensive but better for beginners, is a solid performance. I mean, the ship's engines sound amazing. The design of it I quite enjoy. Apparently the nickname, the Horseshoe Crab, has been utilized, but she feels nice. Working with the track IR, I mean, unfortunately with this one, because frames are my enemy in this game, I haven't got my track IR on because I just kind of thought, well, A, I forgot to do it, and B, I forgot to do it. So, going back over to how the ship feels, it honestly is like a gem. I've not got a huge amount of hours with it. I've literally taken it off, flown to Port Tresla, and come back. But it feels good. Like, it sounds really weird to say, because obviously, of course it would feel good, it's a ship. But like, this one definitely feels like a ship that if you're new to Star Citizen, but you did decide to read up on the, if you're new to Star Citizen, but you've clued up, okay, opening the comms channel.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Fantastic. So if if you're ready, you're into Star Citizen, you wanna, you've made the pledge and you've gone into the game, but you've decided to, but you put a bit more research into the game and you kind of wanna be a bit not so determined to do like everything, but more of a certain thing. Then I cannot imagine a better ship to work with than this. I do like this ship. It feels very suitable. It feels very suitable for a cargo beginning. Like if you want to get into cargo running, this is a very good ship for it, considering it has a 24 SCU worth of cargo space. It is exposed. That's my only complaint. The back of the ship is a pickup, as people have said, but I'd say it's alright. I mean, I'm not going to lie, this ship kind of fell under my radar. I wasn't really paying too much attention to it. Oh, is that why he's up there? Okay. The ship kind of fell under my radar. I mean, I'd heard the word Nomad, but I never really thought... I thought the Nomad was some kind of, like, gunship or something like... A bit like the Redeemer, which apparently is in, like, its next phase, so... Who knows? But, yeah, that... Okay, so this is actually going to be a first. I've not landed this ship with a inside atmo, so this is going to be a new experience. Oh, great, everything's disappearing. Alright, as you can see, if I go into mouse view now, I have all the view distance I need. Lowering myself down. That felt really freaking awesome. I like this ship. I like it a lot. And hopefully, as the UI and other stuff gets updated, we'll be able to see some more spectacular, more interactable UI elements on your MFDs, which looks really cool. And that was really funky how the ship kind of bobbed about a bit, because it's not physically there, it's a hover pad. Oh, God. There are times I wonder if I'm truly an adult, and then that happens, and I'm like, nope, still a kid. Because, let's face it, we're playing a sci-fi game with loads of spaceships. We're not adults, we're children. We're children with the big wallets. Pretty much. Oh, God, the problem is when I look at the bloody... to be honest with you, going to... looking at the pledge store and looking at all the ships, and I'm like, I want one of you, but then I want you, but then I want you, and like eventually you're looking at the barrel of a very, very expensive month. My wallet is secretly crying in dread anticipation for such a thing. So anyway, I will see you guys when we get to the Expo Center. And here we... Oh, hello there. Yes, so... I've just kind of, I kind of preemptively recorded this just because I wanted to see what was going to happen. And I'm not going to lie, I'm really freaking liking what I'm seeing right now, because what it is that's the Argo lads, and over there to the right is the entrance to the Consolidated Outlands, which means instead of what it has been on Arcor, where everyone's gone and jumped to the where it's just changed around every particular rotation, it is instead there throughout the entire event. So rather than you think, oh, you've only got one day to trial things out, in actual fact, it's there. It's still there after all this time. Oh, get into the lift. Yeah, there we go. And we're actually now going to the Aegis Hall. Thank you very much, madam. So now we actually get to see the Aegis Hall. So now we get to see multiple levels. Apologies for the frames, guys. This is... not optimal. Actually, what I can do is probably make life a little easier for myself. Let's just quickly get out of this thing, close you down, so I don't have to worry about as much CPU power. Go to my Discord and shut you down, because then I can be like, whoo-ha, performance. Ah, there we go. Much better performance. Much smoother. So, oh, hello. Hello, beauty. Haven't seen you in a while. So, yes, this is the Aegis Dynamics grouping of ships. Now, for those who don't know, Aegis Dynamics was the original military contractors for the... oh, for God's sake, I can never remember their fucking name. I want to call it Massachusetts, but it's not. God damn it. Oh, hello. What is this? Oh, there's actual food section as well. This is amazing. I'm sure the name will come back to me at some point. I'm very terrible with names. I can remember loads of things, like historical events, stuff that's gone on. Brilliant. You want me to remember a name? I'm fucked if I can remember a name. Anyway, but still. So the Aegis Dynamics, little bit of lore in them, was for the previous dictatorial rulers of the UEE. But when the Mesa regime fell down, that's right, I remembered, they basically fell out of favor and the contracts for the military were sent over to Anvil, but that did not stop them from being able to produce ships, because they simply turned over their ships to the civilian market, and they grew very popular as a result. These three vessels we're staring at right now are absolutely fantastic. I am probably going to own that one at the bottom right of the corner. So, as usual, we'll go through the whole rotation of things before we have a look at the ships, because I can see that there are some new things Actually, to be honest with you, they look fairly similar, so we may even get to skip those things. Yes, it looks like... Well, okay, no, we've got to have a look at the Panthers. I'm not going to lie. The Panthers look pretty damn cool. And actually, let's have a look at the map first. I probably should... Zenith Hall. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to have to try and calm myself down because right now I'm going to squeak. Anyway, so let's have a look. So in the main room, as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. At the lower level is for all the holo suites. That's pretty fucking dope. So what we'll do is oh god, this is a bloody lot. So what we'll do is a nice little sweep around, and then we'll have a quick look at the ships or the weapons, and we'll basically go bump, 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 and then we'll actually probably go bump down and around up to the other side, go to the Saber Comet, then hit the Reclaimer. Yeah, because that's a bloody big thing. In fact, I might save the Reclaimer till last. Yeah, I think I'll save the Reclaimer till last. Then we'll kind of go left, down, right, up, and then I basically come back down towards that. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I have an idea in my head, and if I talk about it, then it will be fine. And it will take forever to talk about it, so let's go. So let's quickly look at the Panther Repeater series. These are, of course, laser repeaters for various ships. Very nice weapons. They look pretty dope. Quite common, but still pretty damn good. There's the size 1, there's size 2, there's size 3. Hey, look, now I can tell which is a size 2 and which is a size 3, right? Right? Yeah, you know it. That's a size 2. Yeah, you know it. So that's the size 4. That's the size 5. Oh, my intelligence is going down. I'm going dummy over that DACA. Whew. Sorry, is it me? Is it really warm in here? So, anyway. Anyway, you can tell my intelligence dips whenever I see a big gun. And taking that out of context will be so bad. So, yes, this is the Aegis Saber, one of the better ships in the verse, if you prefer a bit of a mix between stealth and dogfighting. It has 4 hardpoint level 3 fixed weapons. Well, mainly repeaters, but this is the stock configuration because you can, in fact, check it out and upgrade and change it. You also have access to some missiles, which, if memory serves correctly, are like under the underbelly. Yep, there they are. So you get the underbelly of the ship, and you get to fire some missiles out. I have flown in this thing a few times. In fact, last year and during the Invictus week, I took a spin in this thing. It is a fantastic piece of flying equipment, and I'm very much excited to see what kind of ships in the future this thing can do. But like what kind of role this ship will do when the game is further developed down the line. But if you really want to have a nice sort of up-tiered version, or like a stealth but slash hit-and-run fighter, this is probably your market for it. Going to the... Actually, no, let's go downstairs. Actually, no, let's do the 2 Saber things. You know what? I try and organize myself, but I realize I'm Mr. Jaeger. Organization is impossible for me. So this one is the Saber... What was it again? Saber Comet. This is more of a dedicated stealth fighter. There are a lot more sort of close-up and personal. There, you've got a nice digital camo spin to it. Different kind of missile loadout. Very fancy, very flash. A little bit more focused on disabling and hiding, so that your EM signatures or your EM and IR signatures are very low. So if you really want to go with the stealth angle, that is the kind of ship you want to go with. But you can customize the components inside the traditional Saber to get the same results. So it's a bit of just basically a slightly flashier and like slightly snazzier from stock configuration of the Saber, so not really that much difference, not at least for me. I'm not much of a stealthy lad anyway, so anywho. So going down these stairs, we make our way to an empty space. No, we make our way to the holodeck, whereupon we get to see the ships in development for Aegis Dynamics, and there are a few doozies. I'm going to assume they're behind this very beautiful marble wall. Oh, look at the lighting on that. Can I just take a moment just to appreciate just how freaking glorious the lighting is? I could see the little 2D reflections of the backgrounds. That's not great, but, is to their own. But this marble is fantastic. Oh, hello. It's alright. That half dive 2 straight. Oh, whoa. Look at the lighting on that. Oh, That's awesome. Right, so around the corner we go to... Ooh, hello there. This is the Aegis Redeemer, and this is its what the camo scheme on. So, oh, they've changed a few things. Yeah, they have. So the this is the Aegis Redeemer, which has gone through 10 iterations, if I'm not mistaken. It was going to be a transport ship, then it was going to be a cargo ship, then it was going to be a gunship, and I think they're sticking with a gunship angle. Is it a gunship angle? Well, we don't know. Now you can own the next ship by just Redeemers according it's in combat, dotted with turrets and missiles, also as an armored landing car. So it's a combat transport. Yeah, this is a very impressive looking ship. I like it. I like how they're doing it as a holographic, when really it's an in-game model that we can't really touch yet. But it looks menacing. It's got a number of, obviously it has a lot of number of hardpoints. I am tempted to get it because it kind of looks really dope. And also because Dakar. I'm not going to lie, Dakar is love, Dakar is life. I'm very curious, but I also like it. I like the design. A little Firefly-ish. But that's more Carrack-like. But no, still, a fantastic piece of equipment, and very, I'm looking forward to seeing it when it finally hits the thing. Ah, hello. You are new. Or are you the Vulcan? Are you the Vulcan? You are! You beauty! Okay, this one's the... Yes! So, this is the Aegis Dynamics Vulcan. This is the first dedicated repair and refueling vessel, which obviously is going to be... And as it says on the tin, it'll help you repair your ships in the middle of the verse, and depending on what kind of methodology and how Star Citizen, or Cloud Imperium wants to design their game mechanics for, you know, basically how they intend this to work is going to be very interesting to me. This is an opportunity for a new career profession. Maybe if you're a salvager and you want to kind of like have a side angle of, you know, the ship that you've just salvaged also conveniently happens to be the... conveniently happens to help fix someone who's broken down in space. Hey, you flying the Sentinel Vanguard. I just happen to have a spare component for your engine part. Where do I get it? Well, I won't tell you, but I can tell you I've got one. But no, this is a very interesting looking ship. So I can see that there's like a cargo bay in the back area. Maybe it's like a little semi-detached modular thing. There looks to be some sort of hatches on the side, which makes me wonder whether or not that could be for drone usage, perhaps, or perhaps something along the lines of a open cargo bay. So I'm thinking either drones or cargo bay, or maybe both. The thrusters, let's have a look at them. It looks like they can go VTOL. Yes, I don't know. Possibly VTOL, but maybe not. Either way, I'm fascinated by this design. I like it. I like the cockpit as well. The bridge section looks very nice. Oh, it's got some struts in the center, but there are some big open plane glasses, which are going to be really nice for giving you that extra decent view. I don't know how much this is costing. I will have a look on it. Maybe if Mr. Jaeger in the future can like post a link, or not a link, on the channel how much it's going to cost. So I'm going to react in both ways. First of all, expensive. Whoa! What? How much? That's ridiculous! And second of all, wow, that's really cheap. I'm not too sure they should sell it that cheap. Or, oh, okay, that's a fair price. So, there you go, the Aegis Vulcan, a ship which is new and has a new career angle, but I'm very curious about. I'd like to see more of that. And for our last ship, it is of course the Nautilus. The Nautilus is looking a lot more detailed now. Actually, we've got camo skins and painting. Oh, it looks very nice. Yep, Aegis Nautilus. I was like that last moment of, I need to remember where that is. So this is the mine-laying ship. In the upper and lower half of the ship, you can see these little tube-like devices. This basically spits out the mines. And these can either be homing mines, where they can track onto you and basically blow up. They could be EMP mines, which basically just disable you. And these particular things will be very useful to any organization wanting to making a claim. Maybe like this gentleman over here, who is totally reputable and does not look suspicious in any form or manner, may wish to have these particular vessels lay up and defend or hold a position against any unwanted visitors. And I do like the two, I'm going to say size 9 Dakar on the front. They look very, very nice. Multiple crew vessel with potential also to unload drones as well, I forgot to mention. So, very, very intriguing ship. It's another capital ship. One with a bunch of features, which I'm hoping when it comes out will be more or less done, so we can see them in action, rather than what some of the other vessels are like, where they basically, you release them and then we're like, well, in about 5 years' time, you might see some functionality of this. But yeah, no, a fantastic looking ship. Very excited to see what potential it has in the future. So, now let us go to the first of the Zeniths, which house a number of the little tinier ships, the ships which in fact are now being challenged for their superiority as the best all-round starter ship. I am of course talking about the Aegis Avenger Titan series, or in this case, the Titan series, because there are many types. So, we do have the Aegis Dynamics. This particular vessel is fairly popular for multiple reasons. The first reason, of course, is its fairly similar design to an average plane. If you're new to Star Citizen and you are wanting to kind of have a ship which can do everything, there is no better ship than the Avenger Titan. Though that said, with Consolidated Outland making their play, that role title could be changed. Now it could be, well, you know, there is no better title than, better ship than the Avenger Titan. But we've now put a but in that sentence, and that is all that it takes. One single but can take down a dynasty. So, as you can see, the Avenger Titan has a variety of weapons and opportunities for any new player to go through. You've got a gimbaled ballistic weapon to teach them about how ballistic weapons work. You've got two size 2 repeaters, laser repeaters, so you could basically have the opportunity to try them out, so you have at least an unlimited supply of ammo. And finally, you've got 4 size 2 missiles in the back, which is pretty dope. Speaking about the back, let's go to have a quick rundown of the rear of the ship. So this is the selling point, and this is my personal biggest selling point of the Avenger Titan series, is the cargo bay. It only does up to 8 SCU, but for a new player who may just want to do a few delivery missions, picking up a package, dropping it off, and doing whatever, it's very essential because it gives them an opportunity to start earning some money. Another good thing about this particular ship, which is fantastic, is the bed. The ability to lie in a bed, log out, and come out in any other point in the verse is fantastic. So another unique thing about this particular ship is its cockpit. It's very open, it's very beautiful, with the only downside being that you can't look down, which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, let me get out of this particular guy's way. So, we've seen the Avenger Titan series. I've already made videos in the past about it. It's a very good ship. If you're a new player, then I really could not recommend any other ship more than this one. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives you the broadest opportunity to get into Star Citizen, and if you wish to upgrade from it, it's a little more expensive than the Aurora and the Mustang, but it does give you a good stepping stone into the universe of Star Citizen. So this is the Stalker variant, which is the bounty hunting variant, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is the Stalker. Good. So this is the dedicated bounty hunter variant, and because you can't have, we can't add like modular systems in the moment. It's pretty much different ships do different things, and this one has the ability for you to transport, bounty hunters, criminals, dead convicts, or even just a prisoner transport. So in a sense, there is no real difference except for the fact that you can't really transport things anymore, which is a bit of a shame. But apart from that, it is exactly the same loadout, exactly the same stuff. It's just there, pretty much. So, going further afield down into the depths of that looks to be a special IAE 2950 skin for the Titan, which looks kind of cool. It always has their own little flair to each particular year, but that's the sort of, and actually I think that's the more snazzy up military version. I can't remember the name, but in all honesty, it's not that much impressive over it. But no, okay, no, fair enough. Yeah, Titan Renegade. Sorry, I just looked at the tarantula turrets. No, that's impressive. They've just replaced the 2 missiles probably for slightly something snazzier and gimbaled tarantulas, which are very nice, very nice. So, going over to the last vessel of the Titan series, this one is intriguing, because unlike the other ones, it doesn't really have much, it's more dedicated for combat in more reasons than you know. Not just because it has better guns, potentially, maybe it's optimized internals. Oh, no. It's because this thing has an EMP generator on it. Yeah, you can go into battle and basically zap everyone and disable their electronics for a long time, which is a very nice feature. I'm kind of surprised that they were able to make such a to make such a powerful component for an Avenger Titan. But bearing in mind, once you've popped your clogs, that's pretty much it. There is no going back from an EMP. So your ship will be very vulnerable and maybe more susceptible to blowing up. But the thought process was, so will they. So it's not exactly as much of a problem. Apologies for the background noise. There is my Steam, which I forgot to turn the noise off to. Yeah, when I reinstalled Steam, I forgot that. Whoops. So now we go into the second room, and this is dedicated for one particular vessel. Oh, that's really nice. I'm not going to lie. That's actually kind of nice. I might just take a photo of that and have that as my particular thing, because, oh boy. Yeah, that's nice. That's a really nice image. I'll probably take a few more as well, just in case, but... oh, baby. That's really nice. That's really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. There you go. Apologies for the frame drop, but there we go. So these two vessels, oof. Yeah, frames being a bit eaten up today. It's kind of demanding. My computer is not as good as it used to be. I may need to upgrade. So, of course, let us look at one of the most popular fighters. Is this the more aggressive variant? Oh, it's just the Gladius. Huh. What that's for? Oh, that's the storage hub thing, isn't it? Yeah, that's the storage box. Ah, that's so cool. Anyway, so this is, of course, the Aegis Dynamics Gladius. This is currently the fighter of choice for many light fighters. It's a light fighter. It's not really a heavy hitter, but it does have some heavy-hitting weapons. It is a very nice-looking fighter with the ability to duck, weave, and dive, and it's been seen in a lot of the the trailers with the UEE Navy. So it's still in use with the UEE Navy as well. Though as the UEE Navy has kind of transitioned over to the Anvil series with the Hornets and all that, you don't see these as often, but they are still making a pretty decent presence on the field. And I'm sure, you know, if you've got one already in your squadron, there's no real reason just to get rid of something just because it was a different company. But yeah, there we go. But here we go. Here is the next one. This, of course, is the Aegis Dynamics Hammerhead, which... and there's Mr. Jeremy Clarkson in space, Star Citizen form, which is nice. So anyway, yeah, basically, this is, of course, the Aegis Dynamics Hammerhead. It is a gunboat. Pretty much. You've got 4 quad repeaters, and depending on what kind of armaments the particular guy who you've traveled with has armed them, they are extremely dangerous, and especially since they've updated the turret systems in Star Citizen. You've got 4 on the side, 1 on the top, and 1 to the rear, so that's quite a lot of guns. And they're all quads. So, yes, if you want to tell someone, fuck off, this is a great ship to do so. But no, an absolutely fantastic ship. Really, if I had to describe to someone, what would you say is a good, preview of multi-crew ships? I'd say the Hammerhead is a good option. It's a good starting option because you've got the pilot, you've got who can target various ships to tell his gunners. You've obviously got the gunners, and eventually you'll be able to have the engineering station being able to change and adapt all of the different power systems to be able to make able to utilize the ship in the most efficient and effective form ever. So it's a lot of awesome things in a very compact package, and I would say that it makes the Aegis Dynamics. Sorry, my throat's going dry. Aegis Dynamics. Hammerhead. Sorry, my brain was kept saying Hell Hammer, and I'm like, no, Hammerhead. Beyond the infaceable. So, let's head over to the next hall, Zenith Hall 5. And so we enter into the next hall, and this is obviously for the hard hitters in the verse, and pretty damn good looking ships as well. I lean more towards the left in terms of aesthetics, but the right certainly has what it's got to take. Well, okay, so in terms of looks, the ship to the left looks prettier, but in terms of usability and effectiveness, the ship on the right takes the cake and cup every time. So, what am I talking about? Well, of course, let's talk about this thing. The B2 of Star Citizen, the Aegis Eclipse, housing 3 size 9 torpedoes with a couple of size 2 repeating machine guns. Not really designed for self-defense, more just as an opportunity for a ship to get in and out without being detected. As you can tell by its B2-like designs, it's a single cockpit vessel with the capacity to sneak into enemy territory without ever being detected, which is pretty nice. Yeah, pretty much. About 3 years ago, came into effect, and it looks very good. I tried it out in Invictus Week and promptly got my ass handed to in it because I am no stealth boy. I am a Daka for life. If you could ever find a version of me in orc form, it would be a Flash Gitz model. It would just be the guy who has the massive shooters, just going, "We got the best shooters there is," and that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Speaking of which, this, of course, is the Retaliator. This is a dedicated bomber, but also has the ability to be turned into a transport vessel, a cargo vessel, and obviously the bomber variant, which is currently the only form available in-game at this time. But this thing does come with a very juicy surprise. Of course, we're talking about the size 9 torpedoes, of which the Eclipse gets 3. This gets 9. Yeah, 9. That's right. 9 size 3. Size 3. 9 size. There. Wait, is it 6 or 9? I may get the numbers wrong. I'm going to say 6 now because I'm getting scared that I've got it wrong. But I will go both numbers. But basically, you're looking at double the capacity of a single Eclipse for the with the same level of firepower. Obviously, she is a bomber. She is vulnerable to attack, but she has multiple crews. As you can see, there are a number of size 2 and size 3 turrets scattered around all the ship. She's also has got a, I won't lie, very cramped. But I have a quick look inside. Nothing too fancy because I am unfortunately on a bit of a timer. But the ship is fairly cramped. If my only complaint about this particular vessel is it very cramped. If you had multiple players running around trying to do something, you will run out of space very quickly. There are also multiple locations where the turrets are located, which are very, very tight. You could not really run this thing for long if you've got multiple people. There is, of course, multiple crew decks for everyone inside the ship, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you kind of need to not, like, get caught in a tight space. But that said, this ship does what it says on the tin extremely well, and if you're in a position where you're making a bombing run on a target, I can't imagine a better ship to knock something else out with such power. So I'm going to open the poop deck. And away I go. Whee! Nice. So there you go. The Aegis Dynamics Eclipse, with its ability to sneak into position and deliver a critical blow and then bug out before anyone even notices. And the Retaliator, a ship designed to say fuck that and blow or frack this and take a size 9 torpedo to the face. Fuckwad. So, yeah, you know, the ability of choosing stealth versus non-stealth, which is nice. Anyway, let's make our way towards Zenith Hall 1, which, if I'm not mistaken, allows us to go to Zenith Hall 4, which means we can see the Hoplite, well, the Vanguard series, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I might be wrong, I might not be wrong, but we'll never know. I was not wrong. Fantastic. And oh boy. So, bit of a bittersweet story for me. These ships, one of these ships I used to own. It was that little bad boy over there. This, of course, is the Aegis Vanguard series. The heavy hitters of Star Citizen. A fairly common ship. If you're a guy who wants to go into combat and slap around a few bad guys in an effective manner, go for these. It's kind of a no-brainer. You've got a size 4 gimbaled on the front. You've got size 2s on the front as well. Stationaries. Stationaries? Not stationaries. Statics. There we go. Yeah, so you've got size 2 scissors. You've also got a turret up at the top, and depending on what version you've either got size 5 torpedoes, or the ability to zap people into oblivion, which is... Oh, and I've fallen through the planet. Well, shit. Have I... Oh, I'm still falling. Oh, look, random icon. Oh, no. Ah, shit. I wanted to do this really quickly. Damn it. That'll teach me for wanting to be efficient. So, we're back. And this time, we're not flying through the planet anymore. At least I hope not. So, yes, here we are. The Vanguard Warden series. The hard hitters. The Vanguard Warden series. As mentioned, you can have a heavy hard-hitting type, which is the center one. The Aegis Vanguard Warden. This is like the, finger quote, bog standard edition of the ship. You have access to a size 4 Gatling, which is pretty dope. Pretty decent Gatling there. Or is it size 3? I can never remember. Oh, God, that curse is always with me. No, size 4 hard point, but you have a size 3 gimbal. Yeah, size 3 gimbal. Size 2 weapons, and a number of missiles on the side, which is pretty nice. So, I've had this vessel for a long time. It was my go-to for a very long time. But I found I was using this thing way too much, and all of my other ships were not getting used. So I made the decision to trade up for a Carrack. So, there you go. The Carrack took over, and I basically took that. I took it on the thing. But regardless, I took the thing. I took the plunge, but I was benefiting from. But if you guys want to have a decent ship to work with, you can either have the Aegis Vanguard Warden, which is the fighter edition. You can have the Vanguard Hoplite, or Hoplite. Everyone says Hoplite, but I say Hoplite because Rome 2, fuck you. So, the Hoplite is the troop transport variant. It has the thickest armor and highest hull hit points, but not quite much else. It's kind of just a glorified transport vessel. Not what I would call a brilliant transport vessel, but it is a transport vessel. And the other ship, which we're walking towards, is known as the Vanguard Harbinger, or whatever. I call it the Hellbringer because it's easier to say. So the Hellbringer is a dedicated fuck you transportation device. You can get 2 people, but it transports 3 size 5 torpedoes, capable of nuking stuff with love. They share the love. Everyone loves them. And yeah, effectively you've got a dedicated hard cannon on the front with stationary ballistic weapons. Now you can trade out all of the weapons at the front. So if you're not a huge fan of just slow firing cannons, you can have Gatlings. You can also change out some other things. But why would you? It's Gatling guns. You know? They're awesome. Now, arguably, and this is the one I feel is kind of surprised. I have to admit, when I first looked at this ship, I didn't think it would be impressive. But having put a bit more research into it, I'm really liking this one. This is the Vanguard Sentinel. And the Vanguard Sentinel has already a pretty damn good gun at the front. It's the attrition repeater, which is the weapon that gets hotter as you shoot at it. For God's sake. Gets more damage as you increases heat when you're shooting it. God, I can't speak. But the biggest selling point of this ship is that it is designed with an EMP module inside, which means you can zap your opponent, and that leaving them defenseless whilst you're, while zapped, can deal with the shit. It also has a very funky internals, and arguably my personal favorite interior lighting, with a really nice data system and an engineering workstation. So, and the stuff's on the right side, so, the best side. But yeah, this is a really good ship. The Warden series in general are fantastic ships, which have the capacity to be extremely dangerous to anything that goes near them. If you ever see an Org v Org event, odds are, if it's in space, odds are you'll see one of these ships. It's just a guarantee. A Vanguard series is guaranteed, I would argue, to be seen at least once or a little bit inside any of the any kind of Org v Org event, because they're just that good. They're heavy fighters, they do the job, and they can they can smash your opponent and leave them with the scattering into the wind. It's a very effective ship. Though I won't lie, tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, I need to check the list again, but if I'm not mistaken, this ship with the size 5 torpedoes actually is kind of undercut to a small degree, in more than just the torpedoes capacity than anything, by a certain other ship that Anvil has, that I own, that I love, that I prefer using over the Vanguard Warden. More on that when I see it. And finally, the Aegis scavenging ship, the Reclaimer. Now, this used to hold the title of largest ship in the game, and sadly that title was lost when the Origin Jump Works decided to field the 890 jump. Now, this beast is, as mentioned, a salvaging ship. It's designed to go near blown up ships, eat the living shit out of them with the giant pincers at the front, like a shrimp, and salvage the useful parts with the non-useful parts, and eventually you will find yourself... that's a really good shot. I might actually have that. I'm a bit of a sucker for some of these shots. I do love these kind of shots. Yeah, that is really pretty. I'm not going to lie. Come on, guys. Turn on. I'll take a screenshot with the in-game screenshot things, but for some reason my Star Citizen doesn't seem to want to work with that. It's rather irksome. Would you like to work, please? Open and as administrator. Bet you now it's going to be like slowly chugging. Yeah, no, I don't want to archive. Oh, for God's sake, just... Fine, fuck it. Fuck it. No screenshots for you. Right, so Geyser doesn't work. I thought it did, but it didn't. Very well done. Anywho. So there you guys have it. I won't do a massive exploration of this vessel because we've done it in previous ones, and I'm kind of, at the moment, due to the recording conditions, I'm unable to do it because it is kind of pushing it fairly late in the recording session. But I can tell you now, this is a salvaging ship. It's got multiple levels. It is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's a very, very pretty ship. And I look forward to showcasing other larger ships. But this is, if I had to say my favorite larger ship in the game, it would have to be this, because it is just, it's bulky, it's got loads of like rust pockets to it. It's just, it's a ship that is totally utilitarian in its concept. And when the salvaging does eventually become part of a big thing, I am very excited to see what it can do. But apart from that, yeah, pretty much guaranteed to it's guaranteed to wow you, which is really awesome. So anyway, that's going to be it from me for day 2. This has been the Aegis Dynamics day. I will be rendering this and trying to upload this. I will try and get it out by the Sunday, but odds are it may be a Monday job. So I apologize in advance, but luckily I do have, at the time of the recording, I do have Monday off. So I can pretty much jump straight into making the next episode and the following episode in 2 one fell swoops. So I hope you guys are, I hope to catch you guys there, and I will hope to see you there when the next day comes out. And obviously once I know which particular day and particular thing is ordered. But anyway, have a good one, guys. This is Mr. Jaeger signing out. If you like this kind of content, so feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, clicking on the like button, and of course subscribing to the channel for more glorious Star Citizen content. And I'll see you for day 2. Sorry, 3, because we're already on day 2. Whatever it is. See ya.